Finland judges exposed as appeal court confirm Simon Ekpa'S innocence. Decide is released. Yes, Simon Ekman's release is finally at the peak of being decided. His freedom is at the peak of being decided as we speak right now. Right now, it has finally been confirmed that the judgment passed by the district court was actually a fake one, a very, very fake one. Fake one, no be small thing. My dear listeners, in fact, I was so touched when I discovered this and I saw that the Finland authority, the Finland president, the Finland government actually played politics to make sure that Simon Ekpa does not scale through that very trial. But what happened at last? Thank God for the appeal court, and also thank God for Simon Ekpa's courage to to take that very move without any fear or favor. My dear listeners, I greet everybody out there where they listen to me through this very channel. You're all welcome to the Lord TV. Yes, the truth is finally out as everywhere is at the shaking. Shaking, no be small thing. You know, Simon Ekpa actually filed an appeal, and after a careful look at Simon Ekpa's file, some evidences were detected that a conspiracy was played between the Nigerian government and the Finland government. What is this conspiracy? That is what I was actually expecting you to ask me. Now, the conspiracy is this: Simon Ekpa, who pleaded not guilty of incitement of violence earlier, if you can remember, that Finland on its own stated it that according to their own rule and constitution, it has never occurred to them that when someone is in the country, in their own country, trying to protect the interest of other person in another country, okay, through provision of security and financial support, that they say it's not it's not incitement of violence but a protection of interest. Yes, Finland have forgotten that that was their first decision, and that was their first statement that made them to grant Ekpa a release that very first time he was arrested. If you can remember that Ekpa was arrested at the first time, that very first time they arrested him and released him under before 24 hours. Yes, you can remember that. Now, in this very one, they were shocked to know that a document and a video which has a play of that very first judgment finally leaked. Yes, it did not leak in the district court, but it leaked in the appeal court, and a copy of that very video has finally been displayed. And in fact, I was so shocked that the same Finland government, the same Finland authority, that that granted Ekpa a bail as a result of that, so they later agreed to Nigerian government and conspired with the Nigerian government to tag that very action as incitement of violence, and that is to say that that Nigerian government and the Finland government has conspired to go against the Finland law and constitution. You can see now, that is to tell you that Nigerian government has influenced the Finland president to go against its own constitution, its own rule of law. And a lot of people said something about this. They warned Alexander Storm about this. They said, look, you better be careful with the way you are handling this issue before you start going against the Finland rule of law. Now, that very section of the constitution has been tampered, and abused. And that is one of the sections that Simon Ekpa'S lawyer will be what will be focusing on while fighting for Simon Ekpa'S appeal. See, let me tell you, my dear listeners, Nigerian government already have lost this very case at first for that very part, because everybody was saying it. How can that very part be tagged incitement of violence when ECPA was trying to protect the interest of the Igbo people in the southeast, providing them security like the Eastern Security Network to protect them and save them from the hand of these Fulani marauders and all of that. So can you please tell me, how can that be? You see that? So another very sweet one that, in fact, that interests me the most is the part that the appeal court detected that says that Simon Ekpa was amassing wealth by through contributions gotten from supporters of Biafrans. My dear people, you see, Nigerian government have actually forgotten that it is not Simon Ekpa that started this very agitation. Nnamdi Kanu started it, and when Nnamdi Kanu started it, Nnamdi Kanu was getting the support of over 120 countries. And these 120 countries, supporters of Biafrans are occupying these 120 countries, supporting Biafra financially to see to see that Biafra is actualized. So what are they trying to say? Are they trying to say that Simon Ekpa was actually the one that started it? This support have already started even right from the time of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and this is a voluntary support. And this guy is even using it for the movement and the continuous support of what of the Biafran struggle. You understand? And they went on to say that he was using this money to fund the purchase of firearms and kidnapping. Where? How? Evidence they cannot provide. So, in fact, this is so sweet that Simon Ekpa will be standing firmly to defend himself before the appeal court on the 16th of this very month. And that is why you, as an individual, you don't need to log out, but remain with us, as this very fact will be unveiled to you. All these things are inculcated in Simon Ekpa's defense file, because now appeal courts in Finland, in Helsinki, are very much prepared for that very day. Nigerian government and Finland government will hear the worst that they have never heard before. Please help share this video, help share this victory, because it is a very, very good news. Thank you.